Hey there, guys, and welcome to the next episode of the LENcast podcast. My name is Josh from Crossbar Capers, and I'll be your host tonight. And after last week's intro, I know it's a little boring, but in all honesty, how do you top that? Well, by giving it a red-hot crack, I say. So without further ado, I'll introduce our guest for the night. So introducing first the baby of the group and the guy who needs more than one alarm clock to wake himself up because, he has terrible poor timing. WirelessVLOGS. How you going, buddy?
How are we, boys? It's good to be back on this beautiful Thursday afternoon.
Thanks for joining us, mate, for the second time for the day. Good effort, mate. Thank you for being here. Next in the hot seat will be Corner Flag Games. This guy comes with a reputation for fixing almost anything electronic and knows he's terrible at playing football. Give us a shout, mate.
How are you, Josh? Thanks for the intro, mate. Good to be back.
Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the man who needs no introduction whatsoever. I give you the man with the best intro in YouTube history. If you don't believe me, please go check it out from last week's episode. Garfield V2.
Hello, everybody. Hello, boys. How's it going?
Very good, mate. Happy to have you here with us again. So today, guys, we will be talking World Cup football, weekly review of ourselves, what we've been up to during the week, and general topic. So again, as always, feel free to follow the official Len Twitter at Lads Network and join the Corner Flag Games Discord for all things Len, as well as our individual links that will be left down below. So now that we've got all that intros out of the way, let's start with the first topic, weekly reviews. Ben, let's start with you, buddy.
Had a few decent days at work, had some not so decent days at work. Been smashing out on GTA 5 at the moment, as you guys are well aware, but the listeners are now aware I don't want to touch FIFA while the World Cup's on because I don't want to be bored of it. And I managed to swallow my labret piercing overnight while I was sleeping, so I had to rush out this morning and go get myself another one.
That's a little special, mate. Why would you do such a thing?
While I was in my sleep, mate. But I can confirm it has now officially left my body.
Beautiful, mate. Beautiful. We're very, very pleased with that. Terence, mate, what have you been up to, buddy?
Oh, mate, I know Kevin Buddy Wilson had a great song, but I think I can extend that one from a day to a week. It has been an absolute nightmare. I've had a terrible week at work, but it was almost better this afternoon when I was able to make the trip down the highway to see our old mate at Corner Flag Game. He, in conjunction with yourself for me, so I want to say...
We seem to have lost to Terence.
I thought it was me for a minute. I'm like, fuck.
Nah, it's a Terence. He must be having issues because his microphone seems a bit under the water. Yeah,
mate. Well, let's move on a little bit. And Garfield, buddy, what have you been up to other than practicing your next friggin' installment of your introductions?
Mate, I've got the next fucking 4 sorted. I don't know what you guys are playing around at. I'm on it.
If I knew that, I wouldn't have started with mine.
What have I been up to then? Pretty much just work. Like Ben said, GTA. I've also been playing a bit of Ark as well. I had a bit of fun with that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah, other than that, not really been up to much. I'm a pretty boring person, to be fair. I might not come across that, but I really am.
Yeah, I think that's a dad thing personally. So as you know, Ben will also probably agree. It's just work, come home, deal with the kids, deal with the wife/partner. Or in Ben's case, fiance. Sorry. In Terence's case, hasn't got anything. Can't even stay with us at a friggin' do a full show with us. So,
well, boys, fuck you, Josh, because I'm back. I'm hotspotting my phone, but just quietly while I've got you, fuck you. We're back.
So yeah, as I said, same as the other guys, I've been pretty much doing the exact same work, family life. Although wife and child have gone to Melbourne for a 24-hour visit, so I have the house to myself, and I can yell and scream and drink and do whatever the fuck I want without any introduction, without any hassle of waking the child up or anything like that. It's absolutely fantastic. So hope you guys enjoy the show, and let's get into it. So World Cup topic, obviously, heavily going to be happening over the next month or so, I dare say. So anyone care to start, obviously, with a bit of a rundown.
Well, I just want to jump in and say, on the last week we did our predictions, and I said I think Germany's going to be a team that are going to struggle, and they fucking went and lost to Mexico, didn't they? Oh, ha, ha.
Well, I'll go one further with that, and I was saying this to Ben the other day that I said that Mexico I thought were going to be the ones to struggle, and yeah, obviously not. So very, very impressed there. Benno, what do you got, mate?
I'd like to say that Lockie's prediction kind of fell out the arse with Brazil playing absolutely fucking appallingly.
Yeah.
They were definitely
Well, he wanted to see what
lucky.
Brazil could do, and I can tell you right now, Lockie, they did fuck all.
Yes, absolutely. I do believe Lockie will have something to answer for after that poor effort on Brazil. I dare say he'll pick another side.
Yeah,
to possibly win the cup. But
we can't
Yeah,
change. We can't change predictions.
no, of course not. Of course not. I'm still sticking with mine. But let's have a quick glance. Obviously, as three of us are Aussies. Benno, thoughts on Australia?
They're doing a lot better than what I initially anticipated in the run-up to the World Cup. Held France to a respectable 2-1 loss. I did expect... They did play well against Denmark, but I did expect a better performance. They were a hell of a lot more attacking in that game as well, and the goal had to come from somewhere. I'm just sick of the VAR bailing us out.
Yeah, fair
The
call.
VAR will stop in this World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly what
It's been an absolute joke. But at the same point as well, thoughts and prayers go out to Andrew Naboot, who dislocated his shoulder in that game. He's hoping he jumps on the recovery road and gets back on his feet relatively soon.
Mate, he'll be right. He'll be playing in the final come a couple of weeks. You watch and see.
Oh, you will, mate.
See how
Strap him up,
sarcastic-
feed him full of injections. He's that type of player.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We'll get Dan's obviously thought on Australia. Obviously, been over there in England.
Well,
What do you reckon? What do you reckon, mate?
Well, I watched the France game. We were chatting throughout that, and you definitely held yourselves in good standing against them. France were poor, to be fair, as well. But then that's been a story of this World Cup. And I was at work with the Denmark game, but I was listening to it, and by all accounts, you were sort of unlucky not to get something out of the game. I don't know how it sort of pertained to viewing, but radio-wise, it sounded very, very good for you. And I sort of think you could be very dark horses for get out that group.
Yeah, look, as if
Denmark have got France.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And as I said, if people turned on the TV with about half hour to go, they would have definitely watched 30 minutes of Australia sitting on top. I can definitely guarantee that that's not how the whole game went. Denmark, they pressed well and they missed plenty of chances. We sat back way too much. I think that we should have been hitting a lot more balls than we did. They tried to play around the ball far too much for my liking. And if they play like that against Peru, I damn well guarantee we will not beat Peru because they're quicker than us. And that's what obviously we took at France and Denmark, obviously being what we figured we would be the quicker out of the two teams that have already played. And if we played exactly like we did against Denmark, we will get smacked. I'll put money on it. Terence, thoughts, mate?
I don't have too much more to add, really. You've pretty much summed it up as you always do as you come to me at the end of things. It's pretty much
Don't
always
stress,
mate.
You've got the next. You're starting the next one that I've got lined up for you. But real quick. Ben, do you see him getting out of the group?
Oh, I'm on the fence, mate. I really am.
Yes or no answer?
No.
Yep. No, you don't think that? Dan?
Yes.
Oh,
Terence?
I'd love to say yes, but no.
Josh?
Yeah, I'm seriously. Look, thanks for your encouragement, Dan. But yeah, I think we'll get beat against Peru.
3 Aussies say no, and the one Pom says yes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, you got to. He's got to have some sort of hope. Like England's not helping him.
We'll find out tomorrow.
Well.
100%. So, Terence, next question I've got for you, mate. Who will get the most goals in the tournament?
Nice.
Do you think Ronaldo can be stopped?
I want to say he can
Yeah,
because
you'll get your turn.
I want to say that he can be stopped because I don't like him, but I don't think anyone will.
Ben, what do you think, mate?
To be honest, no, I don't think he can be stopped. I think he will score more goals than anybody else in the World Cup, purely for the simple fact that I feel that Portugal are going to go further than a lot of other players that are sitting high up on the goal-scoring tally at the moment.
Dan, what do you reckon, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really Portugal, is it? It's Ronaldo. It's just Team Ronaldo. It's just Team Ronaldo, and I really cannot see anyone else outscoring him in this World Cup at all. I mean, his hat-trick in his first game, then he got the winner against
Morocco. Good stuff. Keep going.
Morocco. Yes, it was Morocco, because Morocco were all over them as well.
Is that okay? Fair enough.
I'm only saying it as I heard it. I can't do no fairer than that. But yeah, Ronaldo. It's Team Ronaldo. I can't see him. Who else is going to do it? Messi sure ain't going to fucking do it. He can't even score a fucking penalty.
Look, I'll quickly put on mine. And as much as I'm backing Portugal, as I'm half Portuguese, and I think Ronaldo will go pretty well, damn well close to, yes, being the leading goal scorer. I think the only other person I can think that will get anywhere near him will be Lukaku. He will be the only person. I think he's scored a few, and they're about to play Tunisia now. So if he banks 2 now, which is very easily done, especially against, I think they can do against Tunisia, going into the semis, it'll be a tough race. But yeah, again, it's Ronaldo still.
We've given Australia some love. Let's just talk about that fucking England game, shall we? Let me get me 2 cents in for that fucker. So great, it was a good performance, and I like the fact that they didn't give up all the way, and we deserved the 3 points. We deserved the win. The penalty, Kyle Walker, if he by some miracle you listen to this, what the fuck were you doing, you fucktard? You don't put your arms up like that. If you're trying to block your defender off, keep your arms down, prick. Basic defending. But Tunisia were fucking dirty. Again, this is where the VAR did not work. 2 times it turned into a fucking WrestleMania match with Harry Kane in the box. VAR not interested, yet they'll give a really, and forgive me, lads, but it was very 50-50, the penalty that you got against Denmark.
Oh, yeah, it was.
It was stupid 50-50, but they'll give that. But if you're Harry Kane and you get, choke slammed in the fucking box, there's no VAR given. So Tunisia are really, really dirty. And I genuinely just think that Belgium might think that it's going to have it all their own way, but I don't think they will. Tunisia weren't bad. Once they got that equalising goal, they just sat back and fucking bullied England. That was basically all they did. I was sat screaming at the fucking TV saying, if this referee doesn't book one of these players soon, I'm going to get a ticket to Russia and go fucking kick his head in. Because that was the only way to stop them. Now, if he does that against Belgium, if in the first 15, 20 minutes, Tunisian player gets booked, I think Belgium will whitewash him. But if he is as lenient as we have seen in this World Cup all the way through, apart from the Colombia game, did anyone actually catch that?
Yeah, I did.
Fucking 2 minutes, 56 seconds, fucking red card. It's the first match, though, where we haven't had ridiculous leniency from officials. But still, to wrap my point up, though, Belgium they're going to struggle. And I've been intrigued to see what England do against Panama. Because goal difference could be the thing in that group for us. So I'd like to see us put 4 or 5 past them.
Well, put on record, I don't know if you boys are as well, but I'm watching the Belgium-Tunisia game at the moment. So it's on SBS. Yep. And you'd be surprised. They're a minute 43 in, and no one has been TKO'd yet. So, there we go. There we go. Under 2 minutes, they get their form.
Was it a Tunisian player taking out a Belgian player?
Yeah, and Lukaku was just in then.
Yeah,
1-on-1.
That's what they did.
Sniffing.
That's what they do.
But anyway, let's get back to this brilliant podcasting.
Yes. My next one's for Ben, because he loves him. I know he does. Ben.
Yeah.
Do you think Messi's contemplating his tax returns right now instead of playing football?
Fuck off.
Because he is playing wank, my friend.
Oh,
what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on him?
My thoughts is exactly the same thing I said a couple of weeks ago. I don't know whether I mentioned it on the podcast, but I've mentioned it to you privately before, and that is Messi is not Ronaldo. It's not that I dislike either or whether I like either of them anyway. Messi works well at Barcelona because he has top-class players around him. You put wank around him, or well, semi-wank around him compared to the Barcelona squad with his Argentina squad, he can't do shit.
True.
Whoa. I mean, I wouldn't say Argentina team is that wank, though.
No,
I
it's
would
not.
definitely say there's
Yeah.
real
gotta
good
be
quality
tough.
there. It's just,
But
he
I
doesn't
did-
perform.
I did read earlier today that after that match that they played against, was it Croatia? The second game that they played, Croatia. They then all the players had huddled in the dressing room straight after the game, calling for the manager's head to be lobbed off. Walk away now. We don't want you for the final group stage.
Yeah. That's not cool. That's not cool. Personally, I think he's a wank. And
Any manager that wears a suit jacket with black skinny jeans should be fucking shot. That screams midlife crisis.
Yeah, well, look at Maradona. He went through when he coached this bloody country.
Oh, yeah.
So they're definitely in dire straits. And as Dan said, with the talent they've got, they should not be overly relying on Messi.
No, they shouldn't have to.
Yeah, they shouldn't have to exactly bail. He shouldn't. Yeah, he's not a Ronaldo, is he?
Well, no,
The whole
he's not
team
Ronaldo.
needs him, I
He's
suppose.
somebody else. But like
Hey,
when you've
boys.
got players like Paulo Dybala and Gonzalo Higuain and Aguero, Di
Sergio
Maria,
Aguero.
Mascherano, friggin' who else is there? Friggin' Rojo, Enver Benenga. They've got a brilliant squad.
True.
They just scream England. You put them all on a park with each other and they can't play for shit.
Yeah, 100%. Terence, thought on Messi?
Look, I'm going to actually interrupt this conversation to once again return to live football. We
Yep,
now
here we
have
go.
a penalty to Belgium. There was an absolutely filthy challenge. When the player making the challenge, when his foot landed, his foot was on the paint of the box. The challenge itself was made outside the box, so it shouldn't have been a pen. But I would imagine we've got Lukaku stepping up to the plate right now. So, Josh, your 2 goals in this game might actually come true.
So wait, is the VAR not
would.
accept him?
No,
Yeah, they did. No, they didn't, and it won't be. It'll be Hazard who'll be taking the penalty, mate.
it is. Yeah, it is too. Yep. No, I just said it might be. I said it might be. So,
Yeah. No. Yeah. If it was a penalty, it was going to be Hazard, I believe.
yeah, no, it is.
Yeah. Cool. So hopefully he gets it. We'll just stick with him then. What
He's
happened there,
kicking
Tess?
it now, and he's P-rolled it into the bottom of the corner, and the keeper's just watched it go past him.
Happy
So-
days. 1-0.
1-0 to Belgium. Now,
That's it. Tunisia firing. They're keen. They're up for it. Dan?
it was a hack challenge.
It's because they're a hack team. But okay.
Let's see how that pans out.
Talking about teams that are getting carried, and I know I believe you sort of touched on it then. Dan, Harry Kane. Do you really think he is?
Cunt.
I personally think he's carrying that team.
I think if I'm being honest, he's the only world class player in that team. But this year, I mean, yeah, there's typical Englishman fucking optimistic fucking bullshit. But there's something about this year. It's our World Cup to lose, I think, because the team play well together. Tunisia, the Tunisia, see, that's something else they did. They took Dele Alli out of the game. That was the player they were fearful of more so than anyone in our team, and they did him. They injured him, but yet he still tried to play on. But I'd rather have seen him come off so he was fit to play. I mean, well, hopefully he'll be fit to play Belgium. He's back in trainings, but I wouldn't say we're a one-man team. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Just because Harry Kane got a couple of goals. He needed those deliveries from the corners to do it. You don't just... it's not like he did what Ronaldo did and basically took the game on by himself. He did need his players around him. So no, I don't think we're a one-man team.
Just to interject very quickly, I think the the most dangerous player on that pitch for that entire 90 minutes was the 10 to 15 minute cameo by Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah, I would definitely somewhat agree.
When he come on for Dele Alli, like he was.
There wasn't many standouts, but yeah,
No.
he made a good impression for what he had.
He did.
I'd like to see. I don't mind Sterling. I'd like to see.
Oh.
It's not just Sterling. It's not just Sterling. All the players right now. I want to see what they do at club level, like Dele Alli and Harry Kane. I want to see them link up like they do at club level and not stop the ball or stop those passes. Sterling's the same. I want to see him take on his man. I don't want to see him turn back round. But I really like to see what Rashford can do against Panama, because Rashford, I think, could punish Panama in ways that would make them probably try and him to court.
Yeah.
He'd do things to him that he wouldn't do to a farm animal.
Sterling would.
But I do agree. Loftus-Cheek did look. It might not have seemed like he did much, but I think he can do a job. I really do think he can do a job as well. And I think Southgate's got it nailed on this year.
Got a quick question for Ben and Terence, only because you don't know this gentleman, Dan. I've pretty much watched every game on SBS because Optus is shit, and I've really, I'm struggling with the commentary.
Oh.
You have no idea how much I miss Les Murray.
Oh,
Holy shit, mate! I was nearly in tears. Like fucking third game watching SBS, I was like, "What the fuck have we got here? What have we resolved to? We've got Craig Foster, who's a wank." I'd love to know your thoughts on it, guys. Ben,
Shit ass.
oh,
Terence, yeah, go Terence. Terence started. Ben,
Yeah, go T.
Terence.
No, I've summed it up straight away. Just shit. It is boring, mind-numbing. I'm not sure whether they're watching the same game some of the time. They go on their little tangents about nothing. It's like here in Australia, the cricket commentary gets crap for doing the exact same thing. They just go off on tangents. Look, to sum it up, it is off the point and it is shit.
Yeah. I definitely think they've got the wrong guys on Optus Sports and the right guys for Optus Sports on SBS. But
Yeah.
Ben, what do you reckon, mate?
Optus Sport one. It boggles the mind. Where the fuck do they find these people? Are they
For Optus
paying?
Sports?
Yeah, are they paying some homeless bum, $20 a game to do it? The analysis. I've never been a fan of Craig Foster's analysis to begin with. Mel McLaughlin should be replaced as the token female. It should have gone to Tara Rushton.
100%.
150%. The fittest woman in Australian football.
Dan, Google that shit, mate. Seriously.
Google Tara Rushton. Oh my god.
Even after
you'll
her
enjoy
baby.
Even more so while she was pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
That's
But Craig Moore's
Terence, you've got no idea till you're with a pregnant woman. Trust me, sexy.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But at the same
keep
point as
going.
well, Craig Moore and his commentary. Fuck me, cunt. You are disgusting. You are a disgrace. You made one World Cup and now you're living off the glory of it. There's no words. There's no words to describe the boringness, blandness, and plain. Terence described it perfectly. Are you even watching the same game?
I struggle to fathom sometimes what the fuck he's watching because he's just. I watched him. It was one of the friendlies, and he was crapping on about something that had happened 20 minutes earlier. I was just like, mate, move on. It's gone. We're not even there anymore. Seriously, we don't need to go on about it.
He's so retarded. It takes his mind 20 minutes to catch up with what the fuck's going on.
Well, that's what happens when you play for Brisbane.
I was going to say, not being rude, but yeah, it's not far probably from the truth.
I wonder if he's actually running VAR.
No.
Go on.
No, he's not. He could have given tips though. Definitely, yeah. But yeah, Dan, Tara Rushton, Google that shit.
Yeah.
Probably don't do it while the wife's around.
I'm going to do it right now.
I'll post it in the Discord. I'll post it in the Discord.
Yes. Get to the boxing ring. It'll be up. Hopefully, better photos than her get up gear, her work gear. So, yeah, look, as I said, we can go on and on and on about obviously the World Cup as a whole. Personally, as a whole of the competition per se, it's been poor. I feel.
Mm-hmm.
VAR has to go.
Yep.
Goal line referees need to come back. I don't even know why they're not there. I think it's a brilliant idea because I feel that they can see better offsides than what the guys sometimes on the sideline, especially like close to the goals.
Agreed.
Corners, etc. Whatever. I don't even know why they got the arse because I'm almost certain they were at the last World Cup.
They were.
And yeah, there's just plenty of, I don't even know what you'd really call it. Not so much mistakes, but in ways like glitches. You know what I mean? Like just shit that they've overdone too many things in some areas, and then they've underdone things in others. Like hiring Craig Foster to do fucking commentary. Yeah, Ben, what do you reckon, mate? Friggin' like on the money sort of thing there, or disagree?
VAR's got to go. Part of the game, the world game, is some of the contentious calls made by referees. That gives the game excitement and passion and fight for the opposition team. Re-refereeing the game through the VAR system at the moment, it's not doing it justice. We need that fight. We need that passion. And it's also making players go down easy in the box. They know that the VAR is going to look at it. It's making the game unexciting.
Very true. Very true. Terrence?
Sorry, boys. I got a little bit sidetracked on that one, doing two things. One, watching the football, which I now believe is 2-0, and also Googling Tara Rushton. So can I quickly ask what the topic was again?
Oh, wow.
Your thoughts on the World Cup as a whole? Just glitches. Do you think it's going all right? Do you think they've got dramas?
It's 2-0 and it's another goal to Lukaku. But I think the World Cup itself, as a whole, has been fine. The obviously we're not there, but the atmosphere you get a feel for watching it. You can tell it's a good buzz around. The Aussies on the first night drank the town dry, so we're in rare form.
As always.
You get into each game and dissect games. You fall into things like VAR, the refs. It's the old standard, have a go at the refs, but there has been some games that have stood out with refs doing interesting things, and then most of the games have been consistent and let a lot go. There's been one or two that have been quite different on. But as a whole, it's been fine. There's been a few surprise results in terms of margins and who's actually won, which is always a good thing and exciting because it means that you're not just tuning into each game and going, they're going to win that game, and it happens. You tune in because you don't genuinely know who's going to win, and as I speak, Tunisia have just scored, so it's 2-1. But I've enjoyed it. It's been the first World Cup I've ever been able to actually watch since properly watching and supporting football. So as my first World Cup experience, I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, we keep on forgetting that obviously Terrence was only a baby when Brazil was on. So
exactly right.
Dan, I've got two questions for you, mate, as I missed you in the last one. So obviously the same question, obviously with the Russia situation. But the big one I'd love to hear from you is obviously from someone who's most likely been to a Premier League game. Your thoughts on the VAR coming into the Premier League. Do you think this will kill the game as it's known in the Premier League as the best competition in the world?
The Russia thing I missed because for some reason my Discord went all jagged, so you'll have to repeat that question to me in a moment. But in regards to VAR destroying the Premier League, I don't think it will. You look at the decisions, and the decisions that the longest I've seen a VAR decision so far has been 40 seconds. And I think, well, we're not losing like 3 minutes of a game for the referee to go and look at something. They've got it in the rear. I'd rather not see it. I agree with what Ben said. It's just part and parcel of the game. The pace of the game obviously has definitely got quicker. You were saying about players going down too easy. It definitely seems to be a theme of this World Cup. Neymar was a brilliant example of that. Someone so much as breathes heavily on him, he's down on the deck. I think that's just the way football seems to be going at the moment. I'm sort of made my peace with that. The players that try to stay on their feet get punished.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's what it seems. And we're brought up, like me having played in football from a young age. Over here, we're brought up to stay on your feet, don't go down easy. That's a foreign influence that's brought that in.
Yeah, well, it hasn't come from us because we're taught the same.
Yeah,
the Italians is where it starts. Oh, can I bring up Tara Rushton then?
Yeah,
because I did Google.
At
First, I was going to say, as I looked through the Google images, I was like, yeah, she's all right. And then I got a bit further down. I was like, oh no, actually, no, she's bang tidy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're only the basic ones we've found so far. I'm sure we can find some. There'll be some that she doesn't want. So. But yeah, as I said, the second question to you was about Russia, but you pretty much summed that up anyway. Obviously, on what your thoughts are of the actual cup itself as a whole. Is it decent? Mistakes?
I miss some of the stuff that was said, but it has. I mean, I'd rather not talk about this World Cup as what's gone wrong with it, because I think for the most part the football has been just really good. Like I don't think I've seen one bad game yet, or like one game that's had an upset or not had an upset, or it's just been a really good World Cup, and it's unfortunately slowly starting to get overshadowed by the VAR and the mistakes it's making. That's the only thing I have against VAR, is that it's starting to overshadow what has been a really good tournament. Yeah.
Look, as I said, I'm impressed with the minnows. You know, like just some of these minnow sides giving it a good hard crack. Even Russia, like shit. I watched two of their pre-World Cup games, and they were rank. They were wank. Like they were so bad, and it was like, holy shit. These guys are going to get into the World Cup, and they're going to be the only guys not to win their opening match of hosting the World Cup. And they come out and smack Saudi Arabia like that, and then they kept it going, leading into the next game. I'm hanging to watch their third one.
There's something not sitting quite so pretty with me with Russia, but I'm not going to go out on a limb and say anything right on a podcast.
Yeah.
There's just something not sitting right with me.
We'll wait and see. And as I said, look, you know, at this stage, good luck to them. And if anything comes from it, we'll deal with it then. But
yeah, some of your other minnows as well that are creating waves are, you know, your Japan and your Senegals.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that.
Nigeria got a massive upset over bloody Iceland last night.
Yeah. It pains me to say it personally. Japan doing well, but they look good.
And I did say, I think I made mention to him as a potential underdog as well, was Croatia.
Actually, very true. But yeah, look, as I said, again, we can bang on and about this for hours and hours. And again, we don't want to go too much into it, considering we've still got at least another 2 weeks of the World Cup to go. We'll go general topic. Ben, what have you got anything, mate? Any general topic, any stuff that's caught your eye in the last week in the news, worldwide, something like that?
Yeah, one thing, Dan can sort of take a backseat to this because he's not, very up there on Australian A-League stuff, but the Jets signing James Virgili on a trial was a bit of interesting news that stuck out to me this week.
Yeah. Not so much interesting, more weird. I find personally, like it was just very out of the blue. The guys obviously you don't really know. Virgili he was the youngest A-League player to play in the A-League for 13 years. I think it's been active at 16 years and 3 or 4 months or something like that.
Yeah.
So he had the weight of Australia virtually on his shoulders. Being picked so young and if you're getting picked at that age, obviously there's the coach has to be seeing something in you. Fortunately, his rap of injuries just just it hit him, and it hit him very hard. He broke his leg, he broke his ankle. He come back, and then he done his friggin' ACL, and unfortunately the Jets had to get rid of him. It was just costing them too much money, and went back to the local leagues in Newcastle, and now at 25, hopefully getting a possible chance at a redemption. No, fair call there, Ben. Fair call. Dan?
Yes, I have a very good point. I messaged you guys, I think, about it just the other day. And that is the fact that they're now saying that you can be addicted to games and it can be treated as a mental illness. Now,
Yeah, I did see you do that.
I like my games. I'm very big on my games, but I am probably the biggest, filthiest casual player going. I play on my PlayStation every night, but I wouldn't say I've got a mental illness or an addiction. It's more of an escape. I deal with fucktards at work all day. You come home, you got your kids, and then you Mardy as fuck because they've been at school or something's gone wrong or someone's called them a poo-poo head or something like that. But I would not say it's an addiction. And I think there's only one sort of game you can get addicted to, and I think they're the ones that are pretty much the outrage of the gaming community, and they're the ones where you pay to win. So you loot crates and your bloody Candy Crushers and stuff. That fair enough, but then even then you've got a question. Go, well, what do you think was going to happen if you're going to spend 79p 100 times? That's going to mount up.
The other bit of news, I do have another bit of news. Oh well, two little other bits of news. One of them has already been briefly touched on, and that is Terrence. Welcome to the world of gaming and getting yourself your own console.
Thank you, mate.
Oh, here he is.
Yeah, I was still here. I took a back seat. It wasn't about me, mate.
In saying that, mate, big congratulations to yourself for joining us in the PS4 community. Big shout out to myself. Couldn't have been done without me.
I was gonna say it, but now you've done that, I'm definitely not shouting you out. That was a really shit thing to do from you then.
Moving on to my second piece, and that is we've recently bucked a new trend for the LEN network, and that is we're all smashing out GTA 5 online.
We are.
Yes, GTA is back.
GTA is back with a vengeance. I needed a new game to play, considering I don't really want to touch FIFA while the World Cup's on and overload myself on football a hell of a lot. So, and I've been looking at GTA 5 for quite a while and was disgusted at the fact that it's nearly a 5-year-old game and they still want to charge $40 for it, which is half its price. So I managed to pick up the game relatively cheap and sank so many hours into that over the past week and a half that it's an absolute fucking joke. And decided to try the online portion. We've got a crew going now, the LEN crew, obviously.
Now, Ben, you say you've smashed out so much of GTA 5 in the last week that it's a joke. Would you say you have a mental illness from it?
No. I would say that I play a lot of games, but I do not have a mental illness.
It's okay, mate. We're here for you.
Out there now that can help you.
Yeah, Ben, I don't mean to bring it up, but you did say to me you have spent money on the game. Do you also have a gambling problem?
No, I don't have a gambling problem. As you guys are well aware, I don't gamble. I did have a comment from somebody who does listen to our podcast, and they were saying that for the first few weeks it was absolutely fantastic. Last week, on the other hand, there was somebody on the podcast who started their welcome, their hi guys, how are you doing? Great to be back with fuck this, fuck that, fuck everyone. And they seem to have had a little slight issue with that. So if Dale Wood, if you want to take up this conversation with Josh Ferreira, you're more than welcome to.
What?
Well, I can't remember fuck this, fuck that.
Yeah.
No, it was Josh.
He commented.
Really?
He commented on the fact that there was just a tad too much swearing for his liking.
Dale, yeah, I was going to say, take a bit of time. I hope you liked my intro, and I hope you liked my segment today. I am half Portuguese, by the way, Dale, so you know what I can do. And go fuck yourself. If you've got a problem, you know where to find me.
KFC.
Hungry Jack's. Burgers are better at Hungry Jack's. No worries then, guys. Well, Terrence, you've been pretty quiet. Obviously, the last with technical issues and so forth. Have you got anything, mate? Anything that's happened or anything catching your interest in the last week? Actually, I've got one for you, Tez. Mate,
Yeah.
I heard that you are producing some content to bring out to our lovely ears. When is that due? I'm just wondering when our next installment of Wireless Vlogs is going to be happening.
So the next episode of Wireless Family will be recorded sometime very shortly. I imagine more than likely tomorrow evening after I play football.
Fair enough then, mate. Fair enough, mate. Well, as I said, I can't wait. I'm enjoying my family. To be perfectly honest, I think it's great content. So look, as I said, guys, well, let's wrap this up. Yeah, again, I'd like to thank my guests for being here. Ben, thanks heaps for being here, mate. And again, a shout out to you. This could not be done without you, mate.
Not a problem, guys. Happy to be around, happy to join in, and happy to do what I can.
Dan, mate, all the way over there in lovely England. Thanks again for being here.
Thanks for having me once again. Thanks for listening, peeps, in your ear holes. See you next week.
And Terence, last but not least, plenty of shade between you and I, but I guess I've got to say thanks for being here. And I'll see you on PS4 finally.
Yeah, mate, no problem. Thanks for having me back. And the only shade between us is the shade that hangs over your fucking massive gut.
Sorry, mate, can't help that. It's because I'm half Portuguese. Things like that happen, unfortunately. So, thanks again, guys, for joining us with this episode. I've been Josh from Crossbar Capers. And thanks again to our guests. Please, if you like this video, give it a like. If you want to subscribe, we'd muchly enjoy it. And till next time, we will catch you shortly. See you later.